This episode is going to be a little bit all over the place because basically it is the day after we've just beaten PSV. We still haven't played any more matches. We don't know who we're playing in the next round of the Europa League. However, we have just had our youth intake. I've not had a look, but we have one player who's 4.5 star, one player who's 4 star, and everyone else is probably not very good. It's a below average intake, but we'll take a look at the 2 top ones, and I'll have a look off camera at some of the others and maybe highlight them as well. So first up then is Shadrach Hardschleif, who is a Republic of Ireland youngster, 1.5 star current ability, 4 star potential. Actually doesn't look too bad. He's got some decent numbers in decent places. Teamwork and work rate of 16 and 17. He's an angry Irishman with 18 aggression, but as a ball-winner midfielder, he might actually have the legs to turn into something half decent. Once you get his technical abilities up, hopefully his mental ones will slightly increase as well, and he could do a very good job for us. I quite like Shadrach Hardschleif. And his fellow Irishman is Liam Graham, and I'm not as keen, to be honest. He's got some better technical stats. Technique is pretty decent. His first touch isn't amazing, but it's okay. He's got 14 work rate and 14 flair and 14 aggression. His mental numbers, I think, are what lets him down. He's also 5'5", but he's also 15. So, maybe he's going to grow. Hopefully he is going to grow as well. He might be alright. They reckon he's 4.5 star potential ability, so we will see. As for some of the other players, Daniel Miley is a 16-year-old Australian goalkeeper who hopefully is part English. He is part English as well. Doesn't look awful. He definitely doesn't look awful. He doesn't look amazing, but he doesn't look awful as well. Same with Callum Rees. Callum Rees is Welsh, left back. He looks alright. He looks okay. 3-star potential ability. So maybe what the coaches are seeing is him getting... He's not going to be superb, but he's still going to be reasonably good. And he's probably way better now than perhaps someone else who's 16 years of age. Also, Kylian Martin, who looks pretty decent. Kylen? He looks pretty decent to me as well. Is that just me seeing something there that I think he's better than perhaps he maybe should be? I think Martin could be good. And the final player who I want to point out, I don't know whether he's going to be good or not, but I'm just loving the fact that we have a Filipino youngster called Ricardo Villanueva, who is fast as all hell. 17 acceleration, 15 pace, 18 natural fitness. He can run the length of the pitch once and then he's out because his stamina's only 8. But he might be alright. Is he part English? I'm hoping he is part English. He is part English as well. That is good. So, yeah, Ricardo Villanueva is a player I think I want to kind of keep my eye on. So, yeah, that is our youth intake. We're now going to go forward to the Europa League draw and then the Europa League matches as well. Right, this episode is all over the place. I will tell you now it's an absolute shambles because we've missed the Europa League draw. We're playing Lazio, everybody. However, we've now got the next gen 2025 50 best Wonderkids in the world. And you can see, number 1, we've only bloody won it again. This time, Endrick is the man to win it. Have we got anybody else on the list? Yes, we do. We have Mathis Tell, we have Aznu, and we also have Paul Wanner, who's currently out on loan at Anderlecht, who he's not really playing for them, but he's got 14 games off the bench. Aznu has played a couple of times for us. He does actually look surprisingly good. For £1.1 million, that is a very good signing. And then Mathis Tell, who we spent £9 million on, who... arguably, we didn't need him, did we? We really did not need him because we've got Brobby, we've got all the very good, decent strikers in the shape of Makoko, we've obviously got Endrick as well. But, when the player of Tell's potential crops up for about £10 million, you kind of have to jump on that one as well. Also, we have played 3 matches currently between the first clip and this clip. We've drawn with Newcastle. We beat Leeds 4-2. Brobby with a hat-trick in this one. And then we lose against Leicester in the FA Cup quarter-final. We've got Villa to play, but we will come back ready for the Lazio game. I'll tell you what goes on in the Villa game. We were actually a week away because there's, I think, an international break going on. And Kasunu currently picked up an injury, dislocated his shoulder, which is wonderful because we don't have enough central defenders, do we? So yeah, we'll come back for the Lazio game. Apologies, this episode is a mess. Right then, for the Lazio game, we start off at St Mary's Stadium at home. We have just played Aston Villa in the league. We won 2-0. Endrick and Makoko on the score sheet. That team is getting better and better every single time they play together. It is going to be Bazunu in goal, Livramento, Adarabioyo, Salisu and Lodi in defence, Lavia and Camavinga in midfield, Ward-Prowse, Brobby, Endrick, Makoko. We are starting to get a somewhat settled starting 11. At least the front 6 is somewhat settled. It's weird that Ward-Prowse is a right winger for us, but like I said earlier, last episode, We can't get him in that midfield between Lavia and Camavinga, so we'll do it this way round. Also, you're the wrong side. That's better. Since going to this 4-2-4 formation, we've actually been very, very good. We've dropped a few points. We've lost a couple of games, but nothing major. We've not lost anything that you'd expect us to win. We lost against Leicester in the FA Cup. It was a 1-0 defeat. Not particularly convincing for either team there. Before this match as well, it come up with sort of odds of who's likely to win the game. Lazio apparently are a better team than us, but not by a huge amount. So I'm hoping that we've got enough at home. We can do them at home, go to Italy, and then it doesn't really matter what happens there because we've maybe won 2 or 3-0 here. But we do need some highlights for that to actually happen. Currently, we are 40 minutes in. There's been, 11 shots? 3 of them on target. Not a single highlight until now. The 46th minute of 45. Anderson with the ball. Plays forward. It is Lazzari. He's going to go for a run off towards that left-hand side. Pedro collects it. Back to Marcos Antonio. Ball forward. Immobile's in on goal. Immobile tucks that ball away. Was he offside? I feel like he was miles offside. Nope. I think Salisu played him onside. And it is 1-0 to Lazio. Immobile is the man. I mean, was he definitely onside? Was he definitely onside? It was you. It wasn't Salisu. It was you. It was Lavia playing you onside. Well, half-time then, it's 1-0 to Lazio, and it's one highlight to Lazio. Thrash Arms, you've been terrible. Nothing's happened. We've had shots. Our XG is nearly 1, and we've not seen a single highlight. We've got poor performance in Adrabayo, Salisu, Lodi, Ward-Prowse all playing pretty badly. Salisu does have the ball with his yellow card. One of 3 players with yellow cards already. Lavia to Camavinga, right-hand side is Ward-Prowse. First time pass to Endrick. Ball forward to Moukoko, lovely ball. And Youssoufa Moukoko makes it 1-1, his 29th goal of the season. Endrick with a wonderful assist as well. I said at the start of this match, I want to be winning this game, and then when we go to Italy, it shouldn't really matter because we've got a comfortable win. So, 2 more goals is what I'm after. And then when we play Lazio, maybe we don't need to worry too much. Lavia collects that ball, plays it to Endrick, on the ground to Moukoko, ball forward, Ward-Prowse collects it, 4 in the box. Endrick is one of them, and he's lashed it wide because he used his left foot rather than his right. I was worried this was going to happen. Mokoko's health was slowly dropping, and he's picked up an injury. So we're going to have to bring him off. Benji de Cruz. It's the European, it's this Europa League. I played the kids in the Europa League for some reason. We're also going to do Salisu off for Harwood Bellis. That's more because of his yellow card. Also, Lodi's going to come off for Walker Peters. Benji de Cruz, by the way, has just signed a professional contract. He is 17 years of age. And as we saw in the last episode, the kids can score goals in Europe. Immobile collects it. Lavia's going to get that clear. Not the most obvious clearance. Harwood Bellis, though, on the ball for us. The 2 Man City youngsters. Pass in between them, or former Man City youngsters. Back to Bazunu, another Man City youngster. Are we going to get it forward? Or are we just going to pass it between these 3? Eventually we kick it upfield. Camavinga flicks that head on to find Ward-Prowse. Goes off towards the right-hand side. Ball forward towards Endrick. He's not going to get there. And Lazio can now come forward with the ball. Milenkovic-Savic, I believe that's who it is. Brobby finds Benji de Cruz. Endrick collects it. Brobby wants it. Benji de Cruz has got it. Benji de Cruz could have scored and perhaps should have scored. And we could have taken the lead. Instead, Lazio now counter-attacking down that left-hand side. Livramento, sensible push there. And he didn't get booked for it either. Free kick for Ward-Prowse. Decent territory for James Ward-Prowse. It goes over the bar. Goes off for a goal kick. Final 15 minutes and we are looking like the better team. We are definitely looking like the better team. 16 shots. Only 7 of them on target though. Rodriguez with a throw for Lazio in the final 10. Pedro to Rodriguez. Having some pressure put on him by, I think, Tino Livramento. Rodriguez gets it back once again on that left-hand side. Luis Alberto tries to cross it. Cleared by Adrabayo. Get it clear further. Somebody, anybody. Adrabayo to Harwood Bellis. We're passing it around our defence again. Why are we doing that? Ball forward to nobody. Weird pass. Not really sure what the plan was for that. And again, Lazio can possibly come forward. Brobby, good tackle, stealing that away. Walker Peters, Camavinga tries to get it to De Cruz, but can't quite manage it. And Immobile's broken the line once again. What are you doing, Bazunu? What are you doing, Gavin Bazunu? We've lost this game because of sweeper keepers on attack. That's genuinely what's happened here. That's why I don't like sweeper keepers on attack, because they do stupid stuff like that. They go, you know what? I'm going to come out of my penalty area, despite the fact that the ball is very close to my penalty area. Immobile's got the ball once again. He's on a hat-trick now. Goes for goal. Bazunu knew that one was going over. Full-time whistle is seconds away. In fact, it's 1 minute away. And we do have a potential final highlight which could lead to an equaliser. It could lead to a third goal for Lazio. Tino Livramento steals that ball away. Brobby collects it. Endrick's not going to get there. Lavia steals it. Endrick to Benji de Cruz. And Benji de Cruz has tucked that ball away in the 95th minute. It's another child. And it is a 2-2 draw with seconds left to play. The kids are doing it. That was literally the last action of the game. We've managed to steal a draw. Endrick with a goal and an assist to his name. Not a goal, sorry. 2 assists to his name for Endrick. Makoko with the goal, picking up that injury. That's a concern. That could be a big injury. But Benji de Cruz, the kid, coming off the bench, scoring the equalising goal in the 95th minute out of 95. What is this Makoko injury? Don't be a bad one. 1 to 3 days. We're good. We're fine. We've got Spurs in 4 days' time. And I think we might start Benji de Cruz. This is Benji de Cruz, by the way. I feel like we've seen him before. He's now got his first ever goal for Southampton. Apparently it said his second of the season. I don't know where he got his first. He technically scored in the European Under-19s Championship preliminary qualifying A round for England, I assume. But yeah, Benji de Cruz, everybody. Let's go forward. We're going to play Spurs off camera, who are, much like last season, not doing so well. Down in 15th place, and we'll return over in Italy for the second leg. So, the Tottenham game didn't go particularly well. We lose 3-1. Annoyingly as well, we pick up an injury for 3 weeks to Romeo Lavia, which means he's most likely going to miss a fair amount of football. Probably not all of the football, but most of the rest of the season we're not going to have Lavia, which actually is terrible, but also it's not awful because we've got Dewsbury Hall, we've got Guimaraes, we've got Onyeka, we've got plenty of players who can fill in that gap. Starting lineup then for the Lazio game is going to be as good as we can get. It's going to be Bazunu, Livramento, Adarabioyo, Salisu, Lodi. Dewsbury Hall comes in for Lavia, Camavinga, Ward-Prowse, Brobby, Endrick and Makoko. So I think we've only done one change, which is Dewsbury Hall, haven't we? You'd think I'd know how many changes we've actually done, but yeah, I've got no idea. It is Immobile leading the line once again for Lazio. I'm hoping we were the better team in the first leg, so I'm hoping we're going to be the better team in this one and actually take our chances and not give them too many decent opportunities. Salisu with the ball, big lump upfield towards Ward-Prowse, who chests it down. Headers it down, apparently. It looked like he chested it down. Livramento, good head forward, straight to Pedro. Luis Alberto, on towards the right-hand side for Felipe Anderson. Lodi can steal that ball away and give it straight back. What are you doing, Lodi? Immobile to Milenkovic-Savic. Goes for an outside-of-the-foot curling effort. Goes over Gavin Bazunu's bar. First chance goes Lazio's way, but it wasn't very good. Lazio once again with the ball. 8th minute. Marusic goes for a run. He's got Ward-Prowse chasing him. Immobile stops and passes that off to the right-hand side. That's a good ball. Renan Lodi was there. What are you doing, Pedro? I say Pedro. Bazunu's just letting an absolute howler once again. Felipe Anderson with a very good cross. I was saying Renan Lodi is closing him down, but Anderson basically whipped that ball in way before Lodi could even get close to him. And we're 1-0 down once again against Lazio. Bazunu, what are you doing? Ward-Prowse with a free kick in a good position and almost finds the top corner. I think it was saved. It is saved, so we do get ourselves a corner kick. James Ward-Prowse is the man to go over to take it. Right-footed. Who have we got at the front post? It's Brian Brobby. It's gone over Brobby. And Marcos Antonio can get the ball clear for Lazio. We're looking okay again. Annoyingly, we've let in an early goal. And now we're trying to claw back onto level terms. Dewsbury Hall just let Marcos Antonio get that. What was that all about? He just let the ball go to Antonio. Marusic with the ball. Plays it to Felipe Anderson again. Lodi this time getting there quick and stealing that ball away. Is this going to be a highlight for us or a highlight for Lazio? I'm still worried that it's going to be for them. Renan Lodi loses out to Felipe Anderson. Lodi's having an appalling game. It's a good save from Bazunu. Not the best shot either from Anderson, but Bazunu can hold on. Romagnoli with the ball for Lazio. I mean, they're actually looking like the better team. I said a minute ago that we're looking reasonably good. Are we? I don't think we are. Romagnoli gets it again. He's going for a little waddle forward. Pedro. Marcos Antonio. Milenkovic-Savic with the ball. Camavinga steals that away. He can play it on the ground. Makoko collects it, returning from his injury. Doesn't really get anywhere with the ball, though. And it's back with the goalkeeper for the Italian side. Big kick over the halfway line towards Immobile. We should win that, and we do. Camavinga spins. Brobby on the ground. Finds Endrick. Makoko needs that. Makoko gets that. Takes a touch. It's an awful shot. I think it's actually blocked. It was blocked. It's going to be a corner. JWP to take it as well. Right-footed towards Adarabioyo coming in there, but doesn't get the headed effort away. Endrick keeps it alive. Cross it, buddy. Cross it. Don't pass it like that. What were you trying to do? We've got some players just having absolute shockers. Ward-Prowse is probably one of them. He's on a 6-6 apparently. It's cleared, and Immobile collects it. Endrick with a little kick to steal it away, but it's straight to a Lazio shirt. We're trying to chase this ball down. I'm not even sure who that is. It's Camavinga. Ball forward, though, for Lazio. Marusic could be his name. I'm not quite sure. Collects it. Got some pressure from Ward-Prowse. Lazio are just looking good, and we're looking bad. That's the problem. It's not that we're playing awfully. It's just whenever we get a decent-ish chance, we don't do anything with it, and Lazio are taking theirs. It's 2-0. Ward-Prowse with another free kick. This time, is he going to find the top corner? Nope, he finds the bar. Still alive. Moukoko tries to find the bottom corner himself, and it is blocked on the line and cleared. Endrick somehow manages to pass that ball forward to nobody. There's a lot of misplaced passes in this, and they're not even like questionable. They're just awful misplaced passes. Anderson to Immobile on the halfway line. Sergei Milenkovic-Savic with the ball across. Lazari, the fullback. We've literally not seen his name at all so far, have we? So Brobby's having a shocking game. Lazari's going for a run down the wing. Keeps going into the penalty area. What was that? If my player did that, I'd sub him. Half-time then. Lazio are clearly the better team here. We have been just awful. You've been terrible so far. Looking at the match ratings. 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 6-3, 6-5 for Dewsbury Hall. Ward-Prowse on a 6-5. Brobby on a 6-2. That's your day done, mate. Alagby's going to be coming on. Endrick and Moukoko doing... Well, Endrick's doing okay. Mokoko's on a 6-5, which is not ideal. I don't think it helps that Lazio are just playing really well. Adarabioyo's headed effort. How have we not scored from that? Somebody needs to gamble. Lazio with a free kick of their own towards Immobile, but Salisu's going to get there first. Not the best clearance. Lodi not going to get there ahead of Immobile either, is he? It's a cross-field ball. Lazari has it, edge of the penalty area. He's just having a lovely day now, isn't he? He's absolutely loving it. He's realised that Brobby was awful, so he can come forward a bit more. Livramento heads that ball clear. I'm hoping Alagby can do a better job than Brobby. It is Marcos Antonio to Marusic. Now Luis Alberto. The fullback gets it once again. Dodges a tackle as well. On the ground, Marusic into the penalty area. Plays it back. Marcos Antonio. Gavin Bazoon, who's got holes in his gloves. It's 3-0 to Lazio. And we've deserved this. We've been bad. Bazoon is on a 6.2. Is it weird to substitute your goalkeeper? Yes, we're doing it. It's 35th goal of the season for Immobile. That's ridiculous. Bazunu's off. He's having an absolute horrific game. Bazunu's come off on a 6.1 rating. That's what he managed to end the match on so far. Alagby's going to keep that ball in. Are we going to get a consolation goal? We need to score 4 goals in 25 minutes. I don't think it's going to happen. Dewsbury Hall, Adarabioyo, Salisu. Left-hand side is Lodi. Loads of space on the ground to nobody. Renan Lodi's having an awful game as well. Just so many players playing badly. Endrick's just missed a sitter as well. I'm going to berate the team. I'm just going to shout at all of them because none of you have deserved anything from this. You've just been terrible. Pena, that's how you save something. What a save that was. Andy's kicked it over the halfway line straight to a Lazio shirt. Endrick's controlled that though for us. Plays it off to Ward-Prowse through to Moukoko. Takes a couple of touches. And what are we doing? What are we doing? We've got an XG of equal to theirs. Well, it's game over, isn't it? There's still 10 minutes to play. I should do some subs, but I really can't be bothered. We've got Moukoko on a 6-0, Lodi on a 6-1, Salisu's on a 6-2, Alagby's come on and done a 6-3, so he's no better than Brobby either. Zaccagni collects it for Lazio. Don't be 5. Pena's going to come out, claim that one. A little bit of a television save for some reason. Adarabioyo now with the ball. Livramento. I was going to say Livramento one of the few players who's actually kind of made a name for himself. He's down to a 6-6. He was on a 7 at half-time, I think. Messias Jr. steals it away. Alagby steals it off him, and then Messias Jr. nicks it back. What are we doing? Alagby's got it. Hold on, Mokoko's done something half-decent. Alagby long-range effort, and Kazim Alagby curls it into the back of the net. It is 4-1. There's still not enough time, is there? I'm getting excited that there might be, so we're going to do a couple of changes. Benji De Cruz is going to come on, of course, because that's what you want. Walker Peters is going to come on as a left-back. This might be all the subs we can actually do. We're going to take off Camavinga for Bruno Guimaraes as well. So we've got 9 minutes to score 3 goals. It's possible, maybe? We've got 3 minutes to score 3 goals. That's now not possible. That was an awful performance. That was an awful, awful performance. I'm throwing the water bottle. That was awful. I'm far from pleased. I'm far from pleased for what I saw over the 2 legs. I mean, Loddy gets a 6-1. I'm furious with your performance. Who else played badly? Brobby's already happy to be fired up. You guys, you were amazing. 7, you were amazing. You were excellent. Good job. You were excellent as well. Good job. Benji the Cruz didn't do much. Your performance was below the required standard. He played for 7 minutes, mate. So, we're out of the Europa League, and Bazunu's not happy. So, Bazunu, Gavin, buddy, you are very good. You are very, very good. But you are just so inconsistent. Look at this. Against Lazio, 2 6.1s. Against Newcastle, a 6-3. But then the next match against Leeds, a 7. Against Spurs, a 7. Why are you just so inconsistent? Well, with 6 games left to play of the season then, because we're out of every single cup competition, this is what the league table looks like. Next episode will be the final episode of the Southampton save. We might holiday and do like a 5 years in the future as well, just to see how things have gone with players like your Labias and your Camavingas and your Hendricks and your Makokos. But the next episode will be the final one where we're actually going to do games, put it that way. It's not been a great episode, has it? 2 defeats. Or sort of 2 defeat, 1 defeat, 1 draw, a late draw. Benji the Cruz making a name for himself. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with more Football Manager.